already said earlier,
We're talking about
England has a lot lower gun crime rate because you took all the guns.
Let me try exactly
but
my
you've
point.
got hordes of people burning down cities and beating old women's brains out every day.
What a ridiculous...
They arrest people in England if they defend themselves. That's on record. My God, you've got a total police state. Everybody's fleeing that country because you've had to flee here, bud. Why don't you tell folks? Yeah, you fled here. Why don't you go back and face the charges for the hacking scandal?
Answer this question. How many...
Why'd you get fired from the Daily Mirror for putting out fake stories? You're a hatchet man of the New World Order.
You know, I had a politician in yesterday, Bob Fioretti. He's like, you know, the Second Amendment was about muskets. And I just got a text. I believe it's from another radio host named Michael Savage, who's listening to us right now. One of my buddies in radio. Anyway, he sent me this, and he wants me to read this. And it's from George Washington. And it's a free people ought not to be armed and disciplined, but they should have sufficient arms and ammunition to maintain a status of independence from any who would attempt to abuse them, including their government. I mean, this is George Washington. See, this is the thing. They love to twist it. You know, it's not freedom. I don't want to see the Ten Commandments. It's not freedom from religion. It's freedom of religion. These people take this and they mutate it and they twist it and they make it something it isn't. This isn't about muskets and hunting. This is about having equal firepower to them. Okay? And in my city where 532 have been killed, in the city of Chicago, folks, 532 murders. When the gangbangers come, they don't come one at a time. They come and you need a machine gun to fight back these gangs.
It's enough to turn your stomach. 4:28 a.m. Armed street punks bust into this home in St. Petersburg. Inside, 41-year-old Richard Shaw and his 18-year-old son. What happens next is chilling. The family's surveillance camera captures screaming, the sounds of a struggle, and then a gunshot. When it's over, Shaw is dead, and the thugs run from the house after robbing the place.
Look, I have all these politicians on. You do too. And they say, well, do you need a machine gun to hunt deer? Do you need a handgun to hunt a deer? No, it's not about hunting. It's about protection from you people. And, boy, they're really, I mean, you know, the Constitution be damned, the Second Amendment be damned. There's no laws for this president. It's really something. Look, here was my take, and I know you don't agree with me totally. Okay? Can I give my take? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm standing in the middle of the city of Chicago, and, okay. Listen, folks, you have to understand something. You know, land of the free, land of the free. If you say it enough, well, it must be true. But we know the laws, every day new laws. But, you know, just because you say something doesn't mean it's true. It's brainwashing. The fact is that Piers Morgan in 2013 is insignificant. I have more people on my little radio show, and Alex has more people on his radio show. You know, more people are listening right now and paying attention to Alex than will be part of Piers Morgan. If you read Drudge, you saw the hell that this man went through, and I've gone through, and most of you people have gone through when he went through the airport. Take off your shoes, jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton, yelled at, hassled, harassed. My family's been fighting the flu. I'm sure many people listening have been fighting the flu. So here's Alex fighting the flu, going through the TSA. They're hassling him. He's sick. Boy, flying is awful. Travel is awful when you're sick. Here is Piers Morgan, insignificant. Really insignificant and a complete failure for CNN. The ratings are a disaster. As awful as the troll Larry King was, and I worked for Larry King, I like Larry, but come on, way past his prime 20 years ago. As awful as Larry King was, Piers Morgan, if it's possible, is doing even worse. People that have mental problems or don't think they're sufficient enough mentally will remember some obscure fact to prove that they're smart, kind of like Rain Man. I'm not insulting people with mental illness. But what Piers Morgan did is he remembered how many people were killed in England. How many people were killed in England? How many people were killed in England? So he didn't hear anything Alex said. He was getting his ass handed to him. How many people were killed in England? And Alex rolled over him like a steamroller. He's a much more powerful presence. I've been around Piers Morgan. I've been around Alex. Alex dominates. Piers is not an alpha male. Alex is an alpha male. He's a man. I know we've forgotten what that is. I know African Americans are encouraged to be tough, watch the rap videos, and white guys are supposed to be little mealy-mouthed men without opinion. Turn on the TV. It's just the way our culture is right now, and I don't like it. Anyway, so, you know, how many people were killed in Britain? Oh, you don't know? You see, folks, I'm smarter than him. And look, I rope-a-dope, too. I do interviews every day. Alex does interviews. Alex knows what the setup is. You come up with some obscure fact. They don't know it. So you're smarter as the host, and you go to commercial. Alex knew as soon as he couldn't answer it, because who gives a hairy rat's ass how many people were killed in England? We're talking about America. They're trying to take our guns in America. So rather than be run roughshod and cut to commercial and Alex looks stupid, he didn't answer it. He didn't jump in the snare to get trapped. He didn't walk over the leafy path to fall into the bungee stakes. And I think what you did, Alex, was absolutely brilliant. Who cares? The only reason anybody's talking about the show is because you were on there. I don't watch Piers Morgan. I watch because my buddy was on there.
By the way, did you know their ratings? This came out. Anybody can look up TV ratings. Just type it in. It's all there. The ratings went from about 500,000 a night to 870-something thousand the night I was on, and then over 1 million the next night. Now they're already going back down. That ought to tell those idiots something. No one wants to watch them.
Look, these people are propagandists. They're prostitutes. They are the mouthpiece of government. CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC. So why play their games? And I think Alex just had a ball. I mean, that really was my take watching it. Welcome to liberalism. And oh, by the way, if you want to come to my city of Chicago, where you cannot have a gun, 532 people murdered last year. 532. Less than half will be solved. And everybody's trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Everybody wants to get out of here. This is what liberalism does. You understand? They jack up the taxes. All the businesses leave like, Gerard Depardieu going to Russia. Everybody wants to get out of America. Anybody that has any money, any company wants to get out of here. So then they offer incentives. And they're telling us, we're going to break, Mancow. We're going to break. Programs because the jobs have left. Look at Detroit. You know, Alex, I know I'm sure you talked about this. They're bulldozing Detroit. There's nothing left but rats. And do you know that the liberals are happy because those are green areas? No. That's USA Today. Yeah, we got to go to break. Factories. There's nothing left but rats and trash. And the liberals are happy about it because it's a green area. I know they want our guns, and they've said they want them. And you bet I get mad. And, yeah, some of it was tongue-in-cheek just because I like to joke around some. But a few times I really was disgusted by Piers Morgan because in person he came off as cold and evil and crusty looking. He looked like a reanimated corpse. And I was talking to Mancow yesterday, Eric Muller, who's with us. He agreed that he's been around a lot of TV. People have been on Fox for over, 15 years, all over everything else. Got a TV show right now. They're piloting nationwide. And he's been around these people. And, selling out to evil, I don't know what they get because Piers Morgan is a nobody. The system tries to prop him up as a somebody, but he's got every TV show in the country promoting him. And I was watching a movie, and they had clips of him in it in CNN. You know something, Alex? It's all very predictable. It's Mao's playbook. It's Hitler. It's Pol Pot. It's all these guys. It's Castro. They got to take the guns. This is the final straw. And look, they're not going to let this. It really is. I've got little kids. You've got adorable little kids. The fact that they are using these children, exploiting these children to destroy us, it really is. It is an insidious evil, isn't it? Yeah, and that's why I blew up at him. I genuinely, when I said, "Hey, let's have a boxing match," I'll be honest. I was having a instinct to really want to physically deal with him. But you notice the next night, they said they wanted to shoot me. It's that I knew that they want to hurt me. They want my guns because they want to dominate me. And they said that the next night. Did you see that? Alex, can you imagine going on the radio? Just think about this. Can you imagine going on the radio, sir, and saying, "I want to shoot Piers Morgan"? Can you imagine? I would never even think to say something like that. I wouldn't think of it, and I would be arrested if I did. Okay? If Rush or anyone else said that, but I mean, my God, if Al Franken said it, it's the funniest thing ever.
You need a semi-automatic weapon for. The only reason I think you need it is, Piers, challenge Alex Jones to a boxing match, show up with a semi-automatic that you got legally, and pop him.
I'd love to see that. In uniform.
All right. And he says, yeah, he'd wear his brother's uniform. So Piers Morgan agreeing, dress up in a uniform and kill me. And that's a weird sycophantic thing psychologically that, oh, as long as he wears a uniform, see, they're the state. It's okay for the state to kill you. This is a cult of miscreants. And a few newspapers picked it up. Drudge picked it up. It became somewhat of a story. But it's like, oh, it's just a joke. We're going to shoot you. But, oh, I was scary because I yelled at him a little bit and said, you will not get our guns. I know it's about disarming us. They hate it when we won't play games with them. Eric, where do you see all this going?
You know, Alex, listen, bud. You and I have a problem. We go out, fisticuffs, it's over. That's the way it used to be. All right? This guy's going to put on a uniform, his brother's uniform, and shoot you with it. I mean, they're so creepy. You're right. I mean, it really is a group of creeps. And Piers Morgan, I love the fact that you have this petition, and of course everybody in England is saying, "Oh, please, we don't want him back." God, where are we headed? We're headed to you know what's going on in Texas with the microchipping, microchipped, disarmed. You know, I was hoping for a Star Trek future. I think we're going to have a Mad Max future.
I got angry again. It's like the Dave Mustaine song, angry again, angry again. That's normal. It's meant to get me moving to do something. And they want to physically confiscate most of our guns. The bills are introduced, massive ammo taxes, registration to buy ammo. And then I'm there, and Piers Morgan's like, well, nobody wants to take your guns. And I'm like, you're advocating, and you've advocated in the past, the abolition of citizen ownership. But I just want the British style, where if you pay huge taxes and register, you can have a gun in a locker at a facility where you can go shoot at targets, and hunting's been outlawed. Well, of course, that's exactly what I want. I was talking to him before the show. I'm like, oh, so that's a Second Amendment. If I jump through 87,000 flaming hoops on a blue moon when the planets align, if I cross my fingers and stand on one leg, then I can go to a shooting range and shoot guns. And that's what they're proposing in Connecticut now. And they're like, settle down, settle down. You're kooky when you get angry. No, that's because anger is what will move America to wake us up out of the trance.
How about we quote Alex Jones? And I really do think this could, we'll quote you, I think this could be the moment. This is our moment. And I think when they go door to door, and they're talking about in Iowa, going door to door in other places, I think this will be the moment. And you said it, it will be 1776 all over again. If they want to get rid of the checks and balances, if they want to skip the judges, if they want to skip the Congress and everything else, if Obama wants to sign into executive order the destruction of the Second Amendment, it's an impeachable offense, and I don't want anyone hurt. I really don't. I don't want any of this. I really don't. God dang it, I just want to raise my kids and you know, God, guns, and guts.
But these are real authoritarians. I mean, that's the thing. They're not going to stop, and they're waging war against us. The power to tax is the power to destroy, and they're coming after us. And by the way, I'm seeing all these calls for gun confiscations. I know you wouldn't just say that. Iowa's talking about door-to-door now?
Yeah, Iowa, one of the top politicians there. Hey, Alex, on the day of the Sandy Hook massacre, okay, these little kids being killed, on that day, did you see the politicians on CNN saying that Obama, and I quote, Obama, and I'm sure you have the clip, but Obama should exploit this tragedy?
Yeah, I saw them say all over, we need to use this. This is great. Rubbing their hands together. Britain took the guns 15, 16 years ago, tripling of your overall violent crime. True, we have a higher gun violence level, but overall mugging, stabbings, deaths, those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Pierce, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns.